My name is Sarah Deumling. Some people call me the matriarch, and some people call me Granny. And I have been here since 1987. However, I didn't take over management of the forest until 1996. I want the world to understand that forests provide lumber. They also provide clean air, clean water, soil, some of the best soil. They provide recreation. They provide habitat for all sorts of plants and animals and all other creatures. And we are reimbursed for exactly one of those things, and that's boards. And boards aren't going to keep us going when we don't have clean water and clean air and good soil to grow. So I want the world and the decision makers to understand that if we're going to have a planet that our grandchildren can live on, we need to realize that somebody who's trying to do forestry right for the future, at this point, it's very hard. So deciding what to plant where is probably one of the biggest questions when thinking about planting. Because once upon a time, 50 years ago probably, there were a certain number of species that you planted in Western Oregon, period. But if you were thinking of a long-term forest ecosystem, there were a certain number of species that grow in Oregon. And since climate change has come along, some of those species aren't doing very well, and some are just plain dying on certain sites. And then you have to think about, well, if we really love this forest and we really want to have a forest in the future, do we have to rethink what we're going to plant? Because if a whole patch of Douglas fir just died after 3 long, hot summers, we're probably not very smart, either ecologically or financially, to plant Douglas fir there again. So that's the beginning of the thought process of how do we plant today? And I think today, some of us at least know that planting a single species doesn't give you as many options with all the variabilities of the future as planting a number of different species, which we call complexity, that give us a better chance of leaving a forest for our grandchildren. Maybe some of those trees won't be the answer, but maybe some will, and it's better to have some than none.